All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back for yet another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezers Show. We're very heavy into the Christmas season and really, we're enjoying the Christmas season. And boy, we've got a lot to talk about tonight. But before we get to that, thanks a lot for our new subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, send us a little Christmas present by hitting that subscribe button, maybe like a few videos and whatnot. So, as always, my partner in crime, Doc Vox. How's it going, Doc?
Quite well, sir. Quite well. Yeah, getting well into the Christmas season, and I haven't started any shopping yet, man. I got it all up here though. I know I'm gonna get those all up here.
That's good. That's
But
good. My
yeah,
one of the late guy. I it usually was my whole life. I was a late shopper, last minute guy. But lately, the last few years, man, I've been taking care of it months beforehand, and it's very
yeah. Sometimes I
comforting.
do that, but this that's not one of these years. I just haven't had an opportune time. But nonetheless, man, just ready to talk about some rock and roll. And yeah, thanks to everybody for subscribing. If you haven't done so yet, please do. And yeah, let's get right into it, man. Lots of stories this week.
Sure. Well, this episode, awful lot of concert announcements, a whole bunch of them. Everybody's lining up their 2023 schedules
Oh,
now, and you and me, as everybody knows, last year we had season lawn seats at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater in Tinley Park, Illinois. We saw 12 different shows, and by golly, they had a early situation where all us 2022 card holders could get our seats early. So by golly, last night
yeah.
we got our seats for the upcoming season, 2023 season, and it's very cool, man. We got already we've got some good bands coming up. They announced one today, but let's start out with the season so far. We're looking at Foreigner doing their final tour, which I'm gonna drag your ass to that.
No, you're not. I'm not going, man.
Doggone it! I'm gonna drag. Oh, I know you just don't want to
We'll,
see
we'll
Loverboy.
see.
I understand. I know. And
Maybe
then
maybe that'll be a rain out or something.
and
Maybe I don't know.
then probably, hopefully, but and then from 2022, a holdover 2022 Matchbox 20 is going to be coming. They were supposed to come in 2022 and they canceled, so they'll be coming. And then number three, we got Shania Twain, which I don't know. We'll see. And then again, we got Brett Michaels and
And
a
we
hope.
just last week we announced that tour was a thing, and little do we know they'll be coming around to our neck of the woods. Yeah, so
Yes, they
that's been
will.
announced, and
And
another one today. Yeah.
yes, today we had ZZ Top is going to be coming with Leonard Skinnard and Uncle Cracker. But ZZ Top and Skinner, that'll be a good one. You know,
Oh, that
it's
should be a
it's
fine
just
show.
started, man. You know, the schedule is just getting
Yep.
started. So we're really very excited about that.
Yeah,
That's
we got
really
more to announce today, and perhaps some of those will end up be coming around, like the Brett Michaels tour. So
yeah. And our good buddy, I see our good buddy. You know, we mentioned last week how Def Leppard and Motley Crue are going to be doing their thing on their big tour, and I'll be
yeah,
darned, they
stadium,
hooked up with
taking the stadium tour worldwide, doing the world tour now. So
yeah, and I'll be darned if we always are one of our favorites is Alice Cooper, and sure enough, Coop is hooking up with them and doing some gigs here in the States in
yeah,
August. Yeah, it looks like he's got about 6 shows in August. Nothing coming near our neck of the woods, obviously, because they're
no,
they're doing all the big domes and whatnot, and Fargo Dome and Chapin Stadium and Sun Bowl, and yeah. But the Coop, yeah, he just never stops, man. He's
never
just
stops, man.
just constantly going. So that what a three bill that'll be. Jeez, that'll be crazy cool. But good for them,
Yeah,
man.
after the success of the stadium tour, Crew and Leopard decided to keep this thing going. Poison and Joan Jett were on the bill when they did that this summer, but
The four band, yeah.
they weren't able to get them, so they decided, yeah, get Alice Cooper, man. Which to me, we've both seen him. He puts on a show, man. He
Yeah,
puts on
yeah, and it's great. It's a fun show. It's something you can bring the
plays.
kids
They have
to.
a
And just
few. They're all over the place. There's Syracuse, Columbus, which I guess would be the closest to us, and then up
ugh.
in Fargo, Omaha, Tulsa, El Paso, and then they haven't named any dates yet, but they'll be going across the pond and hitting Europe. So
Yeah, I've been to Columbus once. I'd had a big rig, and I had to make a delivery, and it was in a basement. I had to drive my big rig down through this basement and all the columns and whatnot. It was very peaceful. No, it was. It was horrifying. Oh, jeez. But yeah, anyway, yeah, yeah. And next up, jeez, here they are. Oh wait, this ain't them. Where's Metallica? Metallica. I'll be darned. They've had a scam going. This is the weirdest thing, and I saw this. It's something to do with cryptocurrency. And what do you know any specifics on that?
no, they just made the statement. On their website about watching out for these scams.
Well, let,
Most
let me
of
can
them
I
are.
quote let me quote
Yeah,
them
yeah,
before
yeah.
we
Please
go
do.
on. Yeah, it says let's be clear as possible. These are scams, meaning people trying to sell cryptocurrency in conjunction with their concerts. These are scams. They're being streamed on fake YouTube channels posing to be ours and not and all pointing to websites that we do not run. Please remember all our official social media channels are verified. Always look for official verification before believing something
Okay.
wild and crazy to be true. And yeah, yeah, it's funny. That's what they posted, about this crypto thing, because obviously it's fake. And then one of the comments, I love one of the comments here, is that, yeah, I downloaded all your songs off an Napster back in the day, except for that crap you put out in the late '90s, early 2000s. It's
Yeah, Saint Anger. Yeah.
just digging it in. Oh, Saint Anger, jeez. Yeah, but somebody's trying to, you know technology is turning out to be a really horrible thing in terms of humanity, the human race. Technology is screwing everything up because it brings out it brings out people's real self, and there's so many scammers like this, that they've been given a platform
Yeah.
now to pull crap
Yeah.
like this. Cryptocurrency and I saw one of these ads before they yanked it down, and I just thought, there's so much crap that goes through my feed that I just blew it off. But here we go. Somebody's trying to scam people in terms of Metallica stuff. It just and don't go anywhere near crypto, people. You know that. So and we'll just
Yeah, it
leave it
was,
at that.
not surprising, in this day and age, soon as something like that as big as that comes up, somebody's gonna try to figure out a way to, scam a buck, which, it just goes to show, I never get anything like third party. You start getting tickets or anything like that, third party, you're just asking for trouble, man. Just,
That's
just
right.
go to the source or a reputable, StubHub or something like that if you have to, I guess.
Don't
But
save don't save crap on your computer.
yeah,
I'd
but you know
never
what the
save
thing is? I
websites
think
or something.
I think just a lot of the young folks these days, they're always looking for the next cool hip thing. So they don't think twice about jumping into something that's not reputable, I guess. But no, that's how these things happen, man.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
just
yeah. You
there's
got
a
that
sucker
right.
born every minute, and there's three of them out there to take advantage of them. So
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and here's something. There. Oh, he's so handsome. He's looking so good, isn't he? Oh, that's a great picture of
not really
Steven Tyler. Look like, well, yeah, that's pretty. Wow. Wow, looks like some kind of
trying
uh,
to figure it out. Yeah,
medicine man or something, some tribe. But nonetheless, yeah, he's had to cancel. They've had to cancel. Aerosmith cancel the rest of their Las Vegas residency due to Steven Tyler's health. And oh boy, here we go. With our heroes from the '70s and whatnot. Things are just you know they're going south for a lot of them. And they posted to all our fans. We are so sorry to announce we are canceling these last two Las Vegas shows. but they've already canceled some before these. On the
Right.
advice of doctors, Stephen has had to sit out. Stay healthy, and we'll see you in the new year. Boy, oh boy, when is enough enough? Do they? They don't need the money. Here we always talk about, they don't need the money, but they must just love performing that much. That
I wonder if it's just not the machine, driving them, because Steven Tyler's 74. I believe the youngest member of the band's Tom, probably Joey Kramer or Tom Hamilton. I don't know, but they're 70. Everybody's in their
right?
70s.
Yeah, yeah.
Steven Tyler, I looked it up. He's worth 150 million. Tom Hamilton's worth 100 million. I'm guessing he's probably the
Ooh,
lowest
wow,
paid. So, but
wow. Yeah, so they're loaded, but they just
they
keep
don't need to
having to
work.
go.
But
Yeah. And when it comes to the
and
health,
they're
at
doing
some point,
the
go ahead.
oh, they're doing the Vegas residency, which is kind of the last step, kind of the last thing. You
Last
get
stop for
too
a
old
lot
to
of things.
tour, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, and it's a good thing because you can sleep in the same room every night. You don't have to
Right.
travel. So for
Everybody
that,
that
it's
comes
good.
to
So
you, yeah,
so if he's in poor health at the Las Vegas residency, imagine him trying to travel in that situation.
yeah.
So if he's hurting in the residency, then yeah, maybe it's time to say, maybe it's time to bounce some grandkids on my knees and maybe go do some fishing or something because he looks like a grandma, so it's not that far off. So yeah.
He had
Yeah.
just relapsed and went back to rehab over the
Ah,
summer too.
jeez. What's
So
he
yeah,
doing for Christ's sake?
relapse. I'm not. I don't
You
know
know,
how many years he had under his belt at that point, but 74 to relapse. I don't know.
oh
Yeah, I kind of
man,
wonder what's going on there,
what
but you know,
cocaine? What?
we'll never
Jeez.
understand the lifestyles of the
No,
rock star.
no.
But
Give him CBD, or something. Smoke a joint. Stay away from the powder. God, at some point, yeah, geez, just smoke a joint. My gosh, it's legal everywhere. Well, almost everywhere, but
yeah,
at some point, my gosh, knock it.
he was on the Hall of Fame with Eminem and seemed to be in top form from all reports. So I don't
Oh,
know. Sudden downturn, I guess, but hopefully he'll get better, and at least if he can't tour, at least be able to live a healthy life. Anyway,
boy, oh boy. Well, it is what it is, Geez, everybody's getting old. All our heroes are getting old. Oh, here we go with another cancellation. Oh, the good people of Anthrax. Oh, there they are. There's Ian.
again,
There's Ian right there, and that drummer in the middle. Who is that?
Charlie
Doc?
Benante.
Charlie Burnett. He's rocking. And we got a little
Uh,
bit about that too, if I may. If I may cut in real quickly. I don't think this is on our schedule, is it? Pantera. They had to have a fill-in bass in one of their gigs. Did you know that?
really? No, I
Yes,
did
they
not.
did. Okay, let me see if I
That's
can
news
get
to
it
me.
here. Yeah, they
What's
had a
going
they
on with
had
Rex Brown?
yeah. Let me see. Recorded that Brown had contracted COVID and flew
Oh, okay,
from
there you go.
Colombia, where they played Knotfest, to the U.S. to quarantine. So they've been having a fill-in.
Wow.
Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. Uh, oh, I don't know who's serving as a bass player, but yeah. So, geez, this health thing with us old guys is just
Probably his
crazy.
tech. Probably
Gosh
his tech.
almighty.
Just stepping in. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. No,
That
I
happens a
did
lot.
not
That
know that's
happens a lot.
uh,
We know by ZZ Top. My God, his tech stepped
uh,
right into the mix. But
uh,
yeah, so Pantera, they had to play with a fill-in basis. So there you go. But Anthrax, they canceled Bloodstock open air appearance. Here we go. Logistical issues. They had logistical issues earlier. I mean, they've been
yeah.
dealing with logistics for quite a while.
I think
But
it's just budget issues, man. They canceled a lot in Europe earlier in the summer, and Frankie Bello had talked about it was just budget issues. Like everything had just skyrocketed, the cost of everything,
well,
and just really really hard to get on the road these days. So
yeah, let me give you his quote again. He said, "The God's honest truth. Everything. Are they English? No, right? No, they're
No.
American.
New,
Oh,
New York
sorry. I
guys,
wanted to
yeah.
use my English accent. I'll have to hold off. The God's honest truth. Everything budgeting wise is insane right now. We budgeted it last year and it came back to this year with the gas lines and all the shit that's going on. It was 3 times the budget. We would have gone into a bad deficit. Horrible.
Yeah.
And the promoters are saying it doesn't make sense for you guys to do it. The buses, just life in general, it's horrible. So somehow they can't
Well, that
make it.
was that was the issue that over the summer in Europe. I don't know what's going on. This is a festival, and you think that would the overhead would be on the festival organizers, and be easier
Yeah,
for them to come in. So I
that's a
don't
good
know.
point. That's a good point, Doc. Yeah, they don't have to supply PA. They all that all they have to do is come in, play, and then go home or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. They've been using that logistics thing an awful lot.
Maybe it clashes with the Pantera's schedule now that Charlie's part of that. I don't know. I'm just who knows.
Yeah. And also, speaking of concerts, Kiss announced their last UK tour, supposedly.
UK
Finally,
tour, okay.
UK tour,
Wow.
yeah. America, they've got to, even though they're going to be freezing their ass off there this year over there in Europe, they got to be thrilled at, this has got to warm their heart that finally this crap's going to be done with. This American crap they keep throwing at us. Bring back Hendrix, all this shit. But yeah, they're playing 6 dates. Their final dates are in June and July. The 3, 5, 6 in June and 5, 7, 8 in July. In Glasgow, Manchester, London,
Okay.
Newcastle, Plymouth, and Birmingham. And
Oh yeah.
what's Birmingham the home to? What group?
Black Sabbath. Black
And
Sabbath.
Uriah Heep, Black Sabbath, and Uriah Heep. Yeah. Do you remember? And Uriah Heep's first live album was recorded in Birmingham. You can hear David Byron in the middle say, "Friday night in Birmingham." So yeah, Birmingham's a big deal, big party town. So yeah, they're yeah. And everybody in Europe saying, "Yeah, bull." Yeah, they're just saying it. They'll be back in 2 years. They can't quit, but we'll see. We'll see if they finally call it and say enough is enough of this crap.
They've been dragging this out so much. I kind of get the feeling it is going to be the end. And we reported, I don't know, about 3 or 4 weeks ago now that Gene announced that he knows the date. He knows the venue and what town and all that. But now they're announcing. I think they're just going to be kind of putting out bits and pieces, announcing here's the UK leg, here's whatever. And so it sounds like they're still going to be dragging it out for a while. But we'll give it to you as it comes up. That's for sure.
Well, Gene and Paul are rich as hell. So yeah, they don't need to do squat. So more power to them. But and here's an update.
As long as we still have Mini Kiss, we'll be all right.
Mini Kiss. Oh God, you gotta love them. Yeah. Update on Rick Nielsen. Cheap Trick posted a few days ago on their Facebook page. 6 weeks ago, Rick had a procedure that has required him to stay off of the road until fully recovered. Unfortunately, Rick still needs a little more time and will not be out with us this week. So Robin Taylor Zander will be moving to lead guitar for the next 2 shows. And we appreciate your continued support. I still haven't found out what medical procedure he's had.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I don't think they've announced anything yet. But this story goes back and forth. At first, that's what they were going to do. Robin Taylor Zander was going to step in, right?
Mhm.
And remember, we got reports that they canceled some shows because of the same thing,
right?
Procedure. And now they're back to Robin Taylor Zander stepping in. So,
who knows, man? Yeah, and it's just
exactly
it's not quite the same show with. Although, who knows? I'd almost like to see the show with the young Xander in there. Maybe
Good point,
get wacky and put some energy in there. Because let's face it, Rick's in what? I'm sure he's in his 70s. If not 70s, probably 70 plus. Rick Nielsen. So yeah,
Yeah.
maybe put a little energy in there because I saw him early on. I saw him in the early days, and oh man, that was great. And I saw Rick and Tom Peterson in the early days before Cheap Trick. So yeah. But he's been going at it for a long time since I was 13. I know that because I saw the Fuse when I was in eighth grade. So he was going since then. So yeah, I can't. Yeah,
Yeah, you probably had to get a procedure from lugging that big guitar around, man.
yeah, right there, man. Break his freaking back.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
put on a back brace. Yeah, for sure. So Cheap Trick, what a bummer, man. All our heroes they need to retire.
Oh, I was going to ask you too. That reminds me. Have you seen these zero gravity guitar straps? Are you familiar with those? Are they doing any good?
No,
Or
no, I'm
no?
not.
That just reminds me seeing Rick like that. Maybe he could use one. But yeah, I see that they have these
Zero
zero
gravity.
gravity.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
supposed to
don't know
be
what
a.
that would be.
Yeah, I'm
I know
not sure what the engineering is with that, but
there's some guitars that you strap on and they're out of balance. The neck wants to naturally fall down, which really
yeah.
sucks, because the neck is so long on a bass guitar. But zero gravity, no, I don't. It'd be nice to have because I got a bass guitar with I'm looking at it right now. Got a long neck and it's out of balance. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, no, not too familiar with that situation, if you will. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, gosh, here's a story that sort of blew me away. This is really disturbing. Sir Rod, we saw Sir Rod this summer.
Yes, we did.
Sir Rod Stewart at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater put on the best show of the season, quite honestly.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be darned, he reveals that his 11-year-old son collapsed and was rushed to the hospital with a suspected heart attack. What in the heck is
Yeah,
that
but
all
then
about?
did you see what it's about? Yeah, he had a panic attack.
Why would he
Kid
have
had
a
a
panic attack?
he was at a
Ah,
soccer game and Rod, I don't know, maybe
oh no, not one of these crazy soccer nuts that go.
I don't
He's gonna
know.
end up being a hooligan. Is that what you're telling
Uh,
me?
no, I'm thinking maybe he just felt pressured, because Rod was if he wasn't gonna be a rock star, he's probably
He
gonna
was
play
gonna be a
soccer, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Some
I'm
of his
sure he's
concerts,
big
yeah,
time into it.
he kicks
He's
soccer
probably
balls.
felt under the pressure of
Oh,
Rod's gazing eyes and couldn't live up to the
oh
expectations
my
and
gosh.
be
Oh,
like a
Daddy,
great.
England.
Yeah.
England's losers. We're losers, Daddy. Daddy, we're losers. Oh, don't.
Um,
I can't even do
I don't know if
Rod.
he's got a great Santini situation going on there or what, man. But
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
they said the kid was turning blue and was unconscious. Man, that's like a serious panic attack, man.
Jeez, get away from soccer. You know, I saw a meme that because obviously America's team lost, a couple of rounds before, and I
Yeah,
saw a
yeah.
meme that says, "Thank God America lost, so now we can stop pretending we like soccer." Oh, that was mean. My grandson plays soccer. Doggone it, I love it.
You know what? I watched I don't know, maybe half hour of it when they were playing Iran. So just I thought yeah, U.S. against Iran. Check it out. It was pretty interesting actually. It was a pretty good game, but I didn't know what the hell was going on. But
Yeah, yeah,
nonetheless,
yeah, and but oh, geez, Rod, tell your son to chill. Don't get him so freaked out about the freaking side. It's just a game. Doggone it, they get too freaked out, and then the hooligans go nuts and start tearing places apart and go fighting each other in the stands.
yeah,
Geez, it's
yeah,
just a freaking game.
yeah.
God,
The
you
headline was
nut jobs.
Rod Stewart's son suspected heart attack, and then you find out yeah he's
Just
turning
a
blue.
panic. Well, that's real good, Roddy. I think he had him when we saw him. I think his son
Yeah,
was backstage. He said he was backstage with
yeah,
him.
yeah. He did.
Yeah. Come on, Rod. Stop freaking out your son, you moron. Jeez, the hell's he soccer? Come on, it's
I'm
not
not
worth.
good enough, father. Father, I'm not good enough.
Father, jeez, I can't get it past the goalie, Father. What can I do? You're retired now and you're like too old to play with me. So doggone it, Daddy. Why did you have me when you were so old? Yeah. Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
no doubt, man.
Another Neil Young's. He's whining. he whining, he lost a touring bandmate to Bruce Springsteen. We talked about
Yeah,
this last week. Yeah, yeah. Jeez. But
yeah. No, go
but
ahead.
well, he says he isn't angry about it, but he's telling it like it is. Because well, if I was Nils, I wouldn't want to. Oh, jeez. I can imagine the more fun tour between the two. If you well, do I want to tour with Neil Young or do I want to tour with the boss? I don't think there's any comparison. God Almighty, it's like do I want to eat a handful of downers or do I want to smoke a doobie? No, no, okay. You want to smoke the doobie. You want to go with the good guy. You want to go with the boss. So I can't blame him. But Young is prepping for an upcoming tour and or 77 years old. Jeez, and I just don't get it. I don't get it. He's bitching about how he wants to do, a tour that, everything's sustainable, if you will,
Environmentally friendly. Yeah, yeah.
environmentally sustainable. And now he's gonna go on tour and he's all bummed out that Nils ain't with him. Let's get Nils up there. I don't want to look at his ugly face anymore. Where's Nils? There's Nils right there. Yeah, but Nils is sticking with the boss, and who can blame him? That's got to be an exciting set to play with some outstanding songs. Young's got a few great songs. I'll give him that. But the boss, holy cow. It's like every song's a celebration. So, yeah, I wonder why Niels would pick the boss. What do you think about that? You're a big fan of the boss, my man.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of sounds like a little bit of sour grapes on Neil Young, but as we reported last week, we're not even sure if he's going to tour. If he's not even sure if he's going to tour.
That's
He's
yeah.
talking about wanting to
It
do this
says
environmentally friendly, no factory farming, whatever kind of thing he had going there. And I don't know. I don't think he's going to get that going, but maybe he'll tour anyway. But you remember too, Nils Nils wanted to do the schedules for both tours so he
yeah.
could work it out that
Well,
he could tour
you
with
know,
both of them.
things could have worked out if their tours would have been opposite of each other.
Uh,
He could have, but apparently they overlapped. And what are you supposed to do? Well, we can't change everything just for the guitarist, for Christ's sake.
no.
So yeah, well, I imagine he'll have a lot more fun with Springsteen. Played with him a lot, many decades, right? Been with him for
Yeah, oh
decades,
yeah,
right?
since the
Yeah,
80s, yeah.
yeah. So
Born
I
in the
can't
USA,
blame him.
yeah.
I can't blame him, even though the boss is a jerk. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not really
Hey,
kidding.
no argument here, man.
Well, he is sort of a jerk. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he is.
But in any case,
He is being a jerk. Let's put it that way. He is being a jerk.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He needs to get his shit together in that respect. But here we go. Hey, Bush. Oh, our buddies Bush. They announced January, February 2023 tour with Jerry Cantrell,
Yeah,
Candlebox, and Silver Sun Pickups. Wow,
yeah.
wow. Jerry Cantrell. Bush. We love Bush. If everybody remembers this year they backed up, they opened for somebody. I can't even
For
remember who
Alice in
we
Chains. That's what
Allison.
I
We
thought
saw
that's
so many
interesting. Yeah,
groups.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the lovely lead singer Gavin, he came right up to us, man. Right up to
Yep.
us, sat down, enjoyed some beverages. He didn't.
No,
He was running. He ran around the lawn, and he came right
yeah.
by us and gave us a high five as he cruised by. It was very cool. But they're doing a 2023 tour, little thing at the first of the year to get the balls rolling. I'm hoping, hoping what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they'll
Yeah,
open
no,
it
that
up.
seems exactly like a show that would come by our place.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, I thought it was interesting because yeah, Bush opened up for Alice in Chains last year, and now Jerry Cantrell solo is opening up for Bush this year. So I don't know, maybe that prearranged deal. I don't know, but
Well,
they seem to like touring together. So
yeah, yeah, that'll be great. But they're coming to Chicago in February 25th. They're playing the Salt Shed.
mhm.
But no, I got to be able to sit down wherever I go. I
Yeah,
got to
that's
be able to sit down. I
next to
can't
the
stand
last.
up. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's
So
next to the last day on the tour. So they got
yeah.
one
So
in
you
St. Louis
watch.
after
I
that.
bet you watch. I'll bet you they'll show up. they'll be coming back to the big place. You watch. We'll see them. We'll see them this summer. I'll bet you. I'll bet you any amount of money that tour ends up coming back
I
to
do
the
not doubt
Hollywood.
your prediction, sir.
My hypothesis. It's not a
Yes.
hypotenuse. It's a hypothesis. And also, Skid Row and Buck Cherry, they announced a co-headlining tour. So 2023
Yeah,
tour. So everybody's they're getting their
yeah, they're getting them
act
lined up.
together
Yeah,
here. So yeah, they got a bunch of it's a March, basically a March tour, but they got a bunch of dates. I mean, 3/4 of the month they're playing, if not more. So it's a big time. So we'll see. Maybe they'll, with a little luck, maybe they'll come around. I wouldn't mind seeing any of these bands, man.
yeah, they may not extend into the
Jeez.
summer, but it might. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
No, you watch. They'll come back around. Skid Row, yeah. Buck Cherry, yeehaw. That sounds like a good time, man. Buck Cherry's pretty cool band. Yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, poor Iggy. Oh, jeez.
My
Iggy,
boy.
there he is right there. Yep. Geez, since the 60s, he's been stage diving and falling on glass on the stage and rolling it and just doing the craziest stuff ever. But, oh man, yeah, he's getting too rickety, he says. He vows to never stage dive again due
Yeah.
to being, quote, too rickety. Yeah, I can imagine. He's 70 what? Jeez, he's got to be 80 almost.
75. Yeah, 75.
75.
He
Yeah,
he invented the stage dive, man. He was the first to do it, man. And I have been a lucky and willing
your
recipient of the stage dive to
your
tell my
mighty hand helped
my
to
age
hold
story.
him up. Your mighty
You got
hand
that right.
held him up, didn't it?
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh, righteous,
Just to tell my Iggy
righteous.
story real quick. My oldest daughter was 16 at the time, and we've gone to shows, mostly her bands. I was like, yeah, Stooges come around, we gotta go see the Stooges. So we got right up front, and right there they're putting a reflective tape. I'm like, telling her, you know what that means, don't you? And sure enough, man, he stood right there, stage dive right on top of us. It was awesome. Another point, he was kind of walking along the little catwalk there, stopped right where I was at. I had my arm around him, sharing the mic, and we're singing TVI together. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Awesome, awesome,
Iggy.
awesome.
Oh,
Iggy,
that's just
Iggy's my
fabulous,
guy.
man.
I'll never forget that. But he kind of announced he was quitting stage diving one other time in 2010. He had
12
stage
years
dive
ago.
at stage dive at Carnegie Hall, and nobody caught him, man. Nobody caught him, and he hit the floor. So he's like, "Well, screw this, man. No more stage diving." But he says since then, if he still needs to kind of whip the crowd up a little bit, he'll still do it. But yeah, he's kind of
Uh,
cut back on it since then. I can see at Carnegie Hall, it just seems like I don't know. That doesn't seem like it's going to
oh
be Iggy's
my
kind of
dear,
crowd.
oh
Yeah,
Lovey, he fell off the stage. Oh,
yeah.
thankfully people
Oh
ran away
heavens!
when
Yeah,
he jumped.
yeah. Clutching their pearls and boy,
Oh
oh
man.
heavens!
Well, good for him, Iggy. Geez, enough is enough already. Wow. So yeah.
He's still out there, man. He's still out there. He's got a new album coming out, and he's
Oh
touring
yeah,
with that.
yeah.
And yeah,
He's
man.
never gonna stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Never gonna stop. Speaking of never gonna stop, here's our sweetheart Dolly. Dolly Parton. Oh, there she is. Oh, so adorable. But she wants Elton John to appear on her rock album.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for a little while.
Jeez, yeah, jeez almighty. It's not gonna be what I hoped it'd be. They said that she played a rock song on the award show, the Rock Hall of Fame award show.
Yeah,
She played.
yeah,
So I checked it out, and it's a country song. The same
yeah.
country chords
With
and
the rock theme, yeah.
with sort of yeah. So it wasn't much of a. I don't, quite honestly, I don't. Sadly, I don't expect much of Dolly's rock album. Sadly, I don't think it's gonna rock as hard as much as we want just the
No,
basic standard songs that
yeah,
anybody will do on a karaoke night.
that's what it's kind of like she was getting a hold of folks and let's do your greatest hits with Dolly kind of thing. You know,
Jeez,
so
yeah.
doing Elton John with "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me." You know, Michael Jackson was going to do that song before he died.
Was it really?
Yeah, it
Seriously?
was a yeah. Don't let your sun go down on me.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
Anyway,
okay. All right.
but now we
Wait a
got
while. Wait a
now.
while. Wait a while. There we go. Okay. That was a good one, my man. It just flew right by me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking
But
at
now we got
four
Elton
screens
John, who of
here.
course is he's a great pianist, but he sucks on the organ. And that's all my Elton John jokes,
That's
folks.
an old one there, though. That's a classic, if you will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
That's a classic.
But
Oh, jeez. But
so
what a
yeah,
shame, though.
Dolly's. So
You know,
what do we know so far? She's enlisted Steve Perry to do Open Arms. They're doing together.
jeez.
She's doing Stairway to Heaven and Free Bird, and just kind of all the standard
Yeah,
kind of
Prince,
yeah,
Rolling
just
Stones, Led Zeppelin,
yeah.
Skinner, just all songs you've heard too much of. I want to, I want to see some. Jeez, you want to do some rock? Do some rock. But yes, this is an easy way out. But whatever. She's Dolly. She can do what she wants. She's got the
Yeah,
skills.
she says there'll be some originals on there, a couple, two or three originals. So,
Well, we can
yeah, like
only
you said,
hope.
though, if it's like the one that was on the award show, one thing I found interesting too, it was as soon as she kind of started putting feelers out there about this, engineer Steve Albini jumped on board.
Yeah.
Man, I know Steve Albini. He engineered Nevermind, around the Nevermind.
Ah.
He's worked with the Pixies and the Stooges, and when the Stooges did their reunion stuff, and he had a band called Shellac, which is kind of I don't know, kind of an avant-garde, minimalistic kind of thing. And they opened up for the Stooges when I saw them one time, and kind of got booed, kind of got heavily booed.
Oh man.
But see, yeah, Steve Albini, well respected, guy in the kind of alternative world, and he kind of offered his services up to Dolly immediately. So
Well, anybody
yeah,
would, but
yeah, it
we'll
worked
see what
out.
becomes
Yeah,
of it. Is it going to be a schlock thing, like you say? Just a weird little side note in the music history.
yeah,
Is
it's
it going
almost
to
like
be
a novelty kind of situation.
novelty?
Yeah,
Right, 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 right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever. All right, come on, Dolly, do better than that. Oh, KK Downing. Apparently, KK Downing, ex guitars for Judas Priest. Jeez, what a train wreck. What a train wreck that is. But apparently, yeah, he was very nervous playing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which sort
I
of
could
surprised.
imagine.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be excited as hell playing with my old bandmates, unless he's
Well,
got a.
depending on what the vibe is, I mean, they've had some rough times and some harsh words, so
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah. I guess so,
kind of
but
come back and face everybody after that. With your tail between your legs, kind of.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And he's got a group called KK's Priest,
yeah.
and he's gonna apparently have Les Banks do some gigs with him, which
Yeah, yeah,
very
that's not what I wanted to happen after this
no,
Rock and
no.
Roll
What
Hall
a
of Fame.
shame.
We
What a
were hoping
shame.
it would ignite a reunion and they would do a tour and everything, but it just looks like KK's gonna try to get Les Binks and he's already
Yeah,
got Ripper Owens, right? So
yeah.
he's
We'll
gonna
probably see.
get all the priest misfits.
We'll see his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame award on eBay one of these days.
Yeah,
And just sell it. Oh
no
boy.
doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
We'll see
What
him
could
on
have
we'll
been?
see him on Pawn Stars coming in with his Rock and Roll Hall of Fame award, seeing what he get for it.
Yeah, but yeah, he's gonna have Les do some guest spots, but that doesn't matter. That's all whatever. Who cares? Jeez. What the heck? Yeah, and here we go. Here's a name we don't hear enough of. What a shame. Randy Rhodes. Jeez almighty. He was so good. Talk about Randy Rhodes and you're talking Eddie Van Halen's type of stuff. In terms of the level of guitar playing.
Yeah,
Born in
innovation. Yeah,
'56. Born in '56. He was as old as me, for Christ's sake. Holy
yeah,
cow! Born in '56. He was one of the original. He was the original guitarist for Quiet Riot. Uh,
right.
but that was that was a good starting point. Let's put it that way. But he was so far beyond
Yeah,
that. And as everybody knows, he ended up as Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist, and
yep.
he was amazing. He was like an Eddie Van Halen type of guy, and he was unique in his own right because he was a classical guitarist too.
Right,
So just
right.
imagine giving a classical guitarist a couple of full Marshall stacks and a Gibson Les Paul and say have some fun. I mean, a man. Oh, geez, he was a teacher. He was and devoted. He a devoted student of classical guitar, and you could on some of his leads you could really hear that. Yeah, this guy
Oh
was
yeah.
really amazing as hell. And of course, everybody knows he died in an airplane crash. They were out on tour in '82, and he. I don't know how he ended up in the plane myself. They were in a
The
small
guy,
plane.
yeah, yeah. They thought it'd be funny to buzz Ozzy in the tour bus, and got down a little too low, crashed into it, and killed him. Man,
They crashed into the bus, and then
just
they
totally senseless, man.
yeah, and crashed into the bus, and then the plane went and crashed into a house or something, and they both
Yeah,
died.
yeah,
Randy, and he's
yeah.
only like
Totally
25 years.
senseless, man.
Oh, what an amazing talent! But the good people at Dunlop pedals, they're actually bringing out a pedal, a distortion plus pedal coming from Dunlop, and I find it interesting after all these years of bringing out a pedal for them
Yeah, right.
because there's so many distortion pedals out there. It's amazing, and oh god! But at the same time, a pedal can really make you. And let's for example, Edge from the U2.
Oh yeah.
You know his guitar sound. It's got sort of that echoey type of sound.
Yep.
I saw one of his interviews where he said it was an Electro Harmonix Memory Man pedal that had it's got the delay and all sorts of weird. Where is it here? Delay and all sorts of weird stuff on it, and chorus, vibrato, and analog delay, and that's where he got his signature sound. And
Yeah.
who knows? He might have not done shit without him having that signature sound.
Yeah. Good point.
uh, uh, Jimi Hendrix, in the lead to Purple Haze, he used an Octavia pedal because if you hear in the lead, it's super super high, and you're thinking, how did that happen? Well, he had a Octavia pedal, and that one pedal made that lead, and that actually, Dunlop is making this pedal for this Randy Rhoads pedal, and Dunlop was the ones who made the Octavia way back when Hendrix
Oh
was.
wow.
Yeah, they still make the Octavia. It's one of those pedals. So, they're honoring Randy Rhoads, and if you've heard the stuff he did with Ozzy was phenomenal. Just totally phenomenal. Some of those songs, the leads,
Well,
the structure.
well, to speak to that, I mean, he just recently went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just on the strength of those two Ozzy albums and the guitar, his guitar work on those. I mean, that's enough said right there. I mean, to be in the Hall of Fame, I don't know of anybody else that can say that. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody else in that situation. But yeah, he's one of the greats for sure.
Oh, yeah, he could have been so good. And they supposedly him and Eddie Van Halen had a little rivalry going, but
Yeah,
that
yeah,
would have been a shame because they were both, they're both stunning in their own way. Just yeah. But what a shame! What a loss at what, like 25 or something. He was so
yeah,
young when it happened.
yeah.
So
Didn't even
Randy
make it to
wrote,
27 club. Yeah.
"Jeez, what a drag! What a drag!" Here's a funny little story. Oh my gosh! There's Look at here. Well, the Fleetwood Mac album, Rumors.
Yeah,
There
here
you
we go.
go. There it is right there. His balls. Mick Fleetwood's wooden balls from the Rumors cover. They auctioned off for, get this, $128,000. Wow. Holy cow, man.
It's some
That's some
expensive balls, man.
that's
Yeah,
some golden balls right there,
right
baby.
there.
That's geez, wow. That is just crazy. What the hell? That I really never even noticed that. Well, I'm not a big fan of Fleetwood Mac anyway. You know, the early ones I were, but not the later band. But yeah, yeah, that apparently somebody wanted those balls and $128,000 from the Rumors album, which is classic album. But
Oh yeah,
wow, that's
yeah. That's one of the things you always kind of notice, like just kind of being a little cheeky, as they say across the pond. I guess.
yes, we were
Uh,
being cheeky
yeah,
indeed. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I'm surprised they still have them around. Just somebody didn't use them for
Who,
clackers or something,
who
and
kept them?
I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah. But they were doing an auction after Christine McVie passed a couple of weeks ago. They were auctioning off a lot of her stuff, keyboards
Was
and
she the
different.
keeper of them? I wonder if she.
It's kind of sounded like, I guess, I don't
All
know, but
right.
they come across that, and yeah, they auctioned it off 128,000. So
Boy, oh
that'd
boy.
be cool to have. I don't know for that kind of money, but it'd be kind of cool to
Well,
have.
if you got the money, what the heck? But wow. Ah, whatever, Jeez. 128 grand for some wooden balls. And here's something we talk about a lot, how artists are selling off their
Catalogs.
catalogs. And sure enough, the latest is Peter Frampton. And it seems like a lot of them are selling their catalogs to BMG. It seems like BMG is the big one
Yeah, yeah.
that that takes it all. So yeah, Peter Frampton sold all his publishing catalog to BMG, and wow, I never did see how much he sold it for, but
I couldn't get a number on that. I dug into that one fairly
well,
deeply, and
well,
I
like
couldn't
we
find
talked
anything.
about earlier, though, it's a good idea at this point in their careers.
Yeah,
They're done. Peter, I think he's done. He had to do his last tour sitting down.
yeah,
Because
yeah. We
his
talked about
back
that.
is so
Yeah,
messed up. So he's,
yeah,
it's probably a good thing. I'm sure it's a good thing for him. Financially,
yeah,
it's a smart move. Get it done so that any kids or whatnot don't have to deal with crap when the time comes.
yeah.
With all this bullshit, because that was it would end up being a bunch of bullshit. So
Yeah, it's
good for
kind of like
him.
the big cash out at the end of the road, man. You just kind of spend your lifetime building this body
Yeah,
of work, and
working for it, and this is the
yeah,
big payoff.
yeah.
Boom, the big payout. So I can't
Yeah,
blame
we
him
talked about
whatsoever.
where Springsteen got a half a billion, 500 million. Bob
Yeah.
Dylan sold his for 300 million.
Ooh, yeah.
Justin Timberlake, Stevie Nicks, Paul Simon, a lot of people, man. There's just, we talked about Huey Lewis. We brought up a while
Yes.
back. A
Yes.
lot of people, man. Just having that big cash out right now. So
It's amazing, man.
and that
BMG.
gets all his stuff going back to the Herd and Humble Pie
Oh
and the
my
solo
gosh.
work, all that stuff, everything pretty much he's ever done. So
Wow. Wow. Well, good for him, cash in, I know how it is with the band bags. Peter Frampton. So dig you, man. Cash in and enjoy, you know. Alice, back to our buddy Alice. Alice is he's got his where is he? There he is right there. Yeah. He holding his annual Christmas pudding concert. You know, we checked out he's worth like 40 million or whatever, and we say, wow, it should be so much more, but he does a lot of
philanthropy, yeah,
charity stuff, a lot of
charity
charity
work,
stuff.
yeah.
Takes care of a lot of people. So and this is the 20th year he's been doing this concert, and I imagine it. Let me see here. Uh, Boy, oh boy. He's hoping to raise $1 million. Yeah, yeah. That's our Alice, man. He's the best. But
Yeah, they should for. I think they did. They got $1 million. It's for his. It's called Cooper's Solid Rock Teen Centers. So it's kind of a place for troubled teens kind of go to or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what they do, but Yeah, he this year he had Sammy Hagar and Rob Zombie were on board, both of which we had seen this past summer. But
Yes, yes, we have.
yeah,
Yeah, good times.
but
But yeah, the Coop's always, geez, he's been forever. He's been forever, you know, an amazing American. Let's put it that way. Alice Cooper. Geez, born Vincent Furnier, of course. The hardcore folks would know that. Yes,
Fernier, yeah.
Alice does have a real name. Yes, yes, he does have a real name. And boy, he started. Geez, oh man. Well, he had the first album out was Easy Action, which I really never paid
No,
attention to.
first album was Pretty's for You.
Oh, and the second album, Easy Action.
Yeah, second one was Easy
Yeah,
Action.
yeah. See, none of those really, really,
Yeah, they
really.
didn't do anything. Yeah,
But
yeah,
Love It to Death, number 3. Uh,
yep. That's where things
Love
kicked
It.
in, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He, wow, yeah. Ballad of
Love it to
Dwight
death.
Fry. Yes,
Oh, you spoiled my. I was gonna ask you. I say no. Both those. Alice, I would say, knowing you and us talking about music is probably one of our three mutually favorite guys. You'd say probably,
sure.
and
Yeah,
we've talked about these albums. But yeah, Love It to Death. You got Caught in a Dream. I'm 18, of course, is the big hit.
sure.
Um, and yeah, I was just say, what was your favorite off the album? And I think we both agree. Yeah, Ballad of Dwight
Ballad of
Fry.
Dwight Fry. What a
Oh
great
yeah,
song. That whole album's excellent.
Alice.
That whole album is killer though. Hey, see what I did
Yeah,
there?
I see
Because
what you
then,
did there.
yeah, yeah. So the Love It to Death album was, that was pretty good. Yeah, that was a lot of good stuff on that. But then he just blew the doors off everything and came out with Killer. There it is, right
Killer,
there. Yes,
killer.
yes, yeah. And if you've still got that in the cellophane, right? It's still
No,
in
no,
the, because if you
I just
fold
have
it
a
out,
jacket
it's
on.
it's a calendar. It's a 1971 calendar. If
Yeah, I
you
don't
was
think
to,
I had that part of it. Yeah, no, it's
yeah,
not a
the
game
original
board or
came
anything.
out when I think I've got it. Now you fold it out, and it's a 1971
Okay.
calendar picture of him hanging. Yeah, yeah, but very cool. But oh, that Killer was just
Yeah,
excellent. And
both those
then
albums came out in '71, which is a great year for music. But
yeah, and then of course 72 Schools Out. That another killer album. I mean,
yeah,
they were
out of that era, though, I would say "School's Out's probably my least
oh,
the Alice Cooper
oh,
band
come on.
era.
Alma
Other
Mater,
than the
come
first
on.
two, yeah, that's okay.
Gutter
But
Cats, come on. You
not as
really
good as
got
Billion
it
Dollar
made.
Babies. It's not as good
There
as
you
Billion
go.
Dollar Baby.
There you go. Bill and Dollar Babies right there. They really were great. They had so much going on back then. Such great music, great writing, great songs, and he always kept that persona, that Alice Cooper persona. He was always there,
Well,
and
he
that,
wasn't always Alice Cooper. So when they started, they started in high school, most of the guys, and they
well, in
were,
high school, yeah.
yeah, they well, no, but as it
The
evolved,
band was Alice Cooper back
yeah, the
then.
band was Alice Cooper. They started off as the Earwigs. They were just kind of a parody of the Beatles,
Earwigs.
kind of, and they were like just putting on Beatles wigs or whatever and doing parody songs or whatever. But then they decided to start getting serious, and they were the Spiders, and they played around Detroit, and they were the Spiders, and that pretty decent following from what I gathered, pretty good. And then they became Alice. They said Alice Cooper, Vincent Fournier at the time. Vincent, he used to go, "What about if we call ourselves?" And he said, "Just came out, Alice Cooper." Just like a demented kind of, and it wasn't warmed up to right away. Nobody liked it right away, but
Yeah,
he must have talked him into it. I'm sure. He's got to get the gab a little bit, but so they ended up. Yeah, the band was Alice Cooper, and then as it went on, everybody just kind of assumed that he was Alice Cooper,
right.
and he just kind of took on that name and took on the persona, and things got kind of weird there for him for a while. And the band, he's obviously very theatrical, and that's always been a big part of everything
Oh
he's
yeah.
done. But the band didn't so much want to do that, and so they kind of split ways, and then the first album after that was Welcome to My Nightmare. and which was a
Boom.
totally different direction. Way more theatrical. Just
He
had
got
the
some he got some television play on that too. I remember he did
yeah,
a
oh yeah,
big thing on that. So yeah, yeah.
had the ballad "Only Women Bleed." It's kind of it's kind of totally different direction with that. And
Cold Ethel, all that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but he was so good back then. And he just continues to go. He just never slows down. There's one of the original guitarists from the Alice Cooper band passed. I can't remember if it was Glenn. I think it was Glenn passed.
yeah. Glenn
But
Buxton, yeah.
and they wrote some great songs. One of my probably my favorite Cooper song is "Halo of Flies." I mean that's off of the Killer album. That's just so out there. That's that just genius songwriting. It was so cool. It goes in so many directions. But man, you just can't go wrong with Alice. And gosh, I hope we get to see him this summer. He's
Yeah, he's
somehow
gonna be busy with Def Leppard and the Motley Crue,
well,
but
for a couple months or
he's
so. But
always around though. He was
yeah,
just around. He was just around, and we missed him. I was in Hammond, Indiana. It's a little bit of a cruise
mhm,
for us.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
bit of a cruise, but
but
he's Alice, man.
Alice, he had that great. To me, just it was the Alice Cooper band. That to me, that was really the heyday. I mean, since then, I love Alice, but he's kind of been a trend kind of hopper kind of guy for a little bit. Kind of did the disco thing for a little bit. Remember, he kind of tried that,
Oh man,
and then
who
the '80s.
hasn't? Who
Yeah,
hasn't?
I know. But in the '80s, he was kind of doing the hair metal thing, and he hooked up
Oh
with
yeah,
Desmond Child. Remember that guy that wrote all that schmuck
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
schlock, and so he kind of hooked up with him, trying to be the next Bon Jovi. He did an industrial album. I remember one point in I don't know, it was the early 2000s, but really since the early 2000s, he's put out some pretty decent albums. I mean, it's never going to get any airplay, and
No, but
it's
and
pretty decent stuff.
but he, what a brand. You see him in concert, you're going to be totally it's going to be a totally enjoyable time. And, that's something you bring your kids to because, it's schlocky and stuff. And back then in the 70s when it was happening, everybody on acid in the audience and are all freaking out when he hangs
Oh yeah.
himself and he chops his head off and stuff. But now it's just like, just like schlock, everybody else, it's a
Oh no,
good time
that's great
for
fun.
kids and all, and he's always got a great band. His backup
Right.
band is just smoking. I'm not sure what guitarist he's going to be using on this
Well, Kane
upcoming
Roberts.
dates. Probably Kane. Is it going to be
Yeah.
Kane? Probably Kane. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think what's her name? What's her name? Jeez. Oh my mind. And she's probably I don't know. I haven't heard from her lately.
Well,
Anita
she was
Anita
doing
Strauss.
she was doing the Demi Lovato thing,
But is she
and
still
she's
though?
got she's got some solo stuff going on. So
Well,
remember
Alice
for
will
a while
find
he had
somebody.
speaking of female guitar, he had Orianthi was playing with him for a while too, and
Yes,
he was a kick-ass guitarist too. So
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
Alice
yeah.
has always had the young up and comings.
Giving him a shot, teaching him the business,
Uh,
because boy, if he's the kind of guy you're going to learn about the business. You just can't, you just don't go out and play and then think
right.
everything's going to be fine. I mean, there's a lot of business behind it. You take care of your finances, you pay your bills, and it's obviously it sounds like a lot of bands are really struggling to pay their bills. We're seeing some tours coming out, and then we're seeing a few bands that are saying, "Well, everything's so damn expensive." Like I say, luckily
No,
we got our season pass. So I
no,
think
yeah,
last year it ended up being each band we saw last year. It cost us a little between $8 and $9.
yeah, it's like $9 a band or something. Yeah,
Yeah, $9 a band. So it really worked out well. But a lot of these poor bands, and yeah, we see it. We see the hikes and everything. Everything. And geez, and we're not seeing really the hikes in the price of concerts, except for
maybe
Bruce,
that's why
obviously.
Alice doesn't headline. Maybe that's why he doesn't headline, man. Maybe it's just a financial thing, just to hop on a tour or something. Who wouldn't love that Alice
Oh,
open for you?
his
You know?
financials are solid when he does a
Yeah,
concert.
yeah,
His financials are solid. But yeah, that's a good
yeah,
point. He doesn't have to bring any of the bullshit. He just
yeah.
rolls up with his bus, comes out here, hangs
Yeah.
himself, gets his
You
head
remember
cut
too?
off.
This is done. I mean, do you remember like in the early '80s when he kind of tried a different look for Alice, and he kind of looked like a I don't know, a drunk Betty Davis or something? I remember he kind of had like the swept up hair and had
Oh,
the
he's
drawn in
been all
cheeks.
over the place, man.
Remember? Yeah, yeah, like a
He's
different
been.
incarnations of Alice, and but that's what
But
that was known as his blackout period. He put out about I think
oh,
about 3 albums that he doesn't have any recollection of.
oh man,
Probably the rest
what a
of us kind of wish
legend!
he wouldn't have. But
What a legend! That's rock and roll, man. That's the epitome of rock and roll. Yeah, he put out 3 albums. I don't even remember doing it.
oh,
Yeah.
I am remiss when I was talking about the bands. I went from the Earwigs to the Spiders.
Uh,
Then it was a band called the Nas
the Nas. That's right.
in
Yeah,
between. And then they found out that Todd Rundgren already had a band called the
the
Nas.
Nas.
So they had
Yeah.
to come up with something else. And that's when he just blurted out Alice Cooper. And
There you
rest is
go,
history.
man. The Spiders and the Nas. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But Alice, he's yeah, one of a kind. God, I hope we see him. Hope we see him this summer. I'm looking forward to every new announcement of a band coming up now. The ZZ Top was announced today. I can't see what else. Can't wait to see what else is coming up.
Yep.
Because they're gonna have a great schedule this year. They're just very excited about that. And of course, any of our friends here around the area, if you're in the area, you're our friends, and you're retired. Even if you're not, get a season ticket. It's like $240, and most of the shows were on the weekend. I think there were only
Yeah.
three. I think there were three that weren't on the weekend.
Yeah.
So
That sounds about right.
it's a great summer, and it's well worth the money, and it's a great party. So we hope you'll join us, and thanks also again for stopping by, and Christmas season in full gear. So we look forward to seeing you next week. We'll have our little Christmas show going on. A little Yuletide happening. So thanks again for stopping by. We sure appreciate it. Why don't you take us out, Doc?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Great show again, Murph. Thanks everybody for checking us out. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Really mean a lot to us and help us out a lot. And yeah, we're winding down for the year. We'll do the Christmas episode next year, and then we'll do a year-end wrap-up before New Year starts, and we'll get ready for next year. So, but until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, and we will see you next time.